It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
And because what happens is, all right, so you've made it through your 20s and now you're getting into your 30s. Now you're getting in the messy middle and life is starting to happen, right? You're getting married and you're buying homes and you're having kids and all of these things are taking place. And one of the questions a lot of my peers find themselves asking is, okay, man, what do I do? What's next? Where do I go from here? And I don't think that we are the only people asking those questions.
Yeah, I do think having a plan is so important because in the 20s, you're just trying to figure it all out. 30s, you're starting to get career traction, but you have the chaos at the home front. Exactly what you said. You need a good plan. So we found something to look at.
Contributing up to your employer match in your 401k is definitely a very good thing. In my personal opinion, after you contribute up to the employer match, you should max out your Roth IRA next before contributing more to an employer 401k. The reason I would do the employer 401k in this case first is because that 3% that's being matched is pretty much free money. It's the closest thing to free money that you're going to get. After that, doing a Roth IRA gives you a good post-tax benefit, meaning any gain on your investment is not taxed.
I like it. He's going right through. It sounds very familiar.
$6,000, which is the maximum per year to the Roth IRA. I would continue contributing to your employer 401k up to the $20,500 limit.
I love it. I love it. He gave you sort of a litmus test.
I almost feel like, because you can tell his eyes are just, he's keyed in on something. He's keyed in on something, just laser focus. I almost feel like I'm holding it up for him. Like right now, he is looking at, if you just go to moneyguy.com/resources, you too can download the 9-step financial order of operations. And by the way, if you want to accelerate your success and go ahead and get there even quicker, go to learn.moneyguy.com and we have a full in-depth course, because what basic financial literacy was talking about there was exactly what we cover in the food. Now, if I was tweaking this, he's actually, when he talked about do the Roth IRA and get that tax-free growth, that's step 5 of the financial order of operations. He left a little bit on the table there with your health savings account.
Right.
If you have access to that, make sure you're taking advantage of that. But without a doubt, have a plan for what every dollar in your army of dollar bills can do to maximize their potential. You will be rewarded in the long term.
So I'm excited that my 30-year-old peers or folks in their 30s are asking these questions, right? So let's check in and see how they are doing. Well, if we look at the average 401k balance, according to Fidelity and Vanguard, of someone in their 30s, it's just a touch under $60,000 a year. When you look at the savings rate, it's about 8.3% contribution rate to the 401k. Again, it's better than what it was in the 20s, but we still haven't quite gotten to that 20 to 25% savings rate. And if you're looking for a goal to hit by the end of this decade, by the time you get to 40, you should aim to have about 2.6 times your annual income saved in your portfolio by the time you get to age 40.
The key part, once again, people are hitting about a third on the savings rate. Now, look, you've said it. This doesn't include employer match. I'm going to give, assuming your household income's under $200,000, you can add the employer match portion to your savings rate, but still a long way from 25% of your income, which is the aspirational goal we want you to have. Because guess what? You do 25% savings rate, it just opens up for you. Look at this. When you are 30 years of age, if you're saving 25%, you keep at it, and Bo will give you all the assumptions on this, you will have the opportunity at age 59 to do life however you want. And that's what we're doing with investing your army of dollar bills, creating flexibility and owning your time because you have that deferred gratification and discipline.
Yeah, remember, here are the assumptions we use. A 6% rate of return on your dollars, a 1.5% wage growth rate, and your goal is when you retire, you want to replace 80% of your pre-retirement income. So for a 30-year-old, if you can save 25%, you're going to have options and flexibility at 59. If you wait until 35, well, now you're back to normal retirement. You are able to replace 80% around age 64. And if you are a late starter, maybe you haven't gotten busy yet, there is still hope for you. There is still opportunity for you. If you can start at age 39, saving 25%, even with these incredibly conservative assumptions we have, you can still shoot for a retirement replacing 80% of your pre-retirement income at age 68. Now, I want to be clear because I didn't say this previously, but it's important here. This doesn't include pensions or Social Security or other sources of income. This is just your portfolio. So again, even if you are someone in your 30s and maybe you didn't do all the things in your 20s that you wish you would have done, it's okay because your dollars still have some juice in them, but you have to adjust the behavior to start getting them in your army of dollar bills to start working for you.
The big takeaway from me, have that plan because,
Have
you know,
the plan.
in your 30s, you still have so much potential with every dollar that gets invested, but you just got to make sure you're doing it right. Don't squander that moment.